Will Microsoft end Call of Duty's relationship with Sony? Probably not. The CEO of Sony Entertainment, Jim Ryan, made a public statement yesterday, and the big highlight was that the offer Microsoft made to Sony as far as the future of Call of Duty on the PlayStation was concerned was inadequate on many levels. Now, Sony has been difficult in the past when licensing some of their own intellectual property. I'm not going to name any names, but I think we all can agree that with great intellectual property comes great response. Wait, am I going to get sued for that? I tell you what, like and subscribe while you still can. Microsoft CEO Phil Spencer came out earlier this week and echoed the deal that got reported earlier this year, where Microsoft said essentially they viewed Sony as an important part of the gaming industry and value their relationship. They've also said keeping Call of Duty on the PlayStation beyond the existing agreement and into the future was vital so that Sony fans can continue to enjoy the games they love. Although the exact wording from this past week was a little bit different. Instead of into the future, they simply said several more years, which I think people are going to look at and say, that doesn't sound as promising as what you said earlier this year. Couple things. Sony keeping their exclusive Call of Duty deal where they get the releases, the betas, the downloads early is probably coming to an end when the current deal ends, which, if you're keeping track, will be after 3 more Call of Duty property releases. And while Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 will eat away at 2 of those slots, we know that Modern Warfare 2 is going to have a 2-year shelf life, as opposed to the traditional Call of Duty game cycle of a new game every year. Another thing we know is that Microsoft didn't buy Activision to just give it away. They've already stated that older Call of Duties will be added to Microsoft's Game Pass, and I would imagine things that PlayStation owners have enjoyed when it comes to Call of Duty in the past, like early release times, downloads, will be headed to Xbox and PC users in the near future. Bottom line, both companies are going to fight for their best interest. Sony's comments this week are more than likely designed to put some pressure on Microsoft, as part of their takeover of Activision is to not seem like they're monopolizing the gaming industry. And it's also probably to galvanize a vocal fan base. Microsoft, on the other hand, provided this acquisition goes through, will hold a lot of chips when it comes to some of your favorite Activision Blizzard brands. Ultimately, I think Microsoft knows Call of Duty is more valuable to them when it can be sold on as many different platforms as possible, and then it just becomes a matter of what can they get out of Sony for it. And that remains to be seen, but we'll be watching closely. Let us know what you think in the comments, and as always, have a great day.